It was brutal how I dumped Josh. I practically destroyed him. Years later, successful and with a gorgeous girlfriend on his arm, he showed up at our high school reunion. I arrived fashionably late, and his girlfriend raised her glass to me. Thanks for dumping Josh back then because he was broke, she smirked. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the CEO's girlfriend now. I chuckled lightly. No worries, I have a toast of my own. Sorry I'm late. I had a blind date. Josh's hand spasmed, and his wine glass shattered on the floor. When as I opened the door to the private room, everyone stopped talking and stared. My heart skipped a beat when my eyes met Josh's. 7 years had changed him. The skinny, lanky teenager was now tall and built, his features sharp and defined. Gone was the tenderness in his gaze, replaced by resentment and something hurt. He had his arm around a beautiful woman, and after a brief, cold glance at me, he looked away. His girlfriend sized me up with the distinct look of a woman checking out her partner's ex. I figured they'd already dissected my history with Josh before I arrived. The air was thick with awkwardness. Someone broke the silence. Amy, the reunion's been going for a while. What took you so long? I nodded apologetically. Glancing around, I saw every seat was taken except for the one next to Josh. Everyone watched, anticipating some kind of drama, probably wondering if I'd sit next to him. I strolled over, unfazed, and grabbed the empty chair. The knowing smirks intensified. They were probably picturing a dramatic showdown between the old flame and the new girlfriend fighting over the guy. Josh shot me a quick look, his jaw tense, then quickly looked down. His girlfriend, sensing his tension, gave me the cold shoulder and possessively tightened her grip on his hand. I didn't get it. What were they so nervous about? I simply picked up the chair, turned, and placed it across from Josh. Excuse me, I said to the person next to the now empty spot. Could you scoot over? After I sat down, I raised my glass. Sorry everyone. My date ran a little late. That's when the glass shattered. Josh froze for a second, then, as if nothing had happened, calmly asked the waiter for a new glass. People started teasing me about my date. So how is he? Marriage material? What does he look like? Someone blurted out. Is he as handsome as Josh? The room went silent as they realized their gaffe. Everyone looked at me, then nervously at Josh and his girlfriend. Josh snuck a glance at me. When our eyes met, he quickly looked away, his face a mixture of curiosity and something else I couldn't quite place. I broke the silence. He's pretty cute. He's a doctor, I continued. As for marriage, we'll see. Josh's knuckles turned white around his glass. His voice was cold and sarcastic. How much does he make a month? I thought you were a gold digger. A doctor, really? His tone was laced with bitterness, like he was still holding on to the past, still blaming me. Back then, we'd planned to go to UCLA together. I didn't get in and ended up going to a local state college. I was about to tell Josh when his mom showed up at my door. Amy, I know you didn't get into UCLA. Please, I'm begging you, don't tell Josh. He's crazy about you. He'll give up UCLA to stay with you. I worked so hard to get him where he is. I can't let you trap him in this small town. She handed me a debit card. There's $5,000 in here. Consider it compensation. Let me be clear. You will never be my daughter-in-law. I won't allow it. You'll ruin him with your love. She was crying practically on her knees. I said, Mrs. Miller, could you give me some time to think about it? That night, she texted me a picture of a kitchen knife. The message read, if you don't break up with Josh, I'll kill myself. Terrified, I texted back, I'll do it. I thought breaking up with Josh would be enough, but his mother wanted me to play a role. The scene was set at the airport, the day Josh was leaving for UCLA. Holding the debit card, I said, your mom gave me $50,000. We're done. Josh laughed, stroking my hair. Very funny. Come on, we're going to miss our flight. I pulled away, my face cold. I'm not joking. I'm not going to UCLA with you. Your mother gave me $50,000. That's years of work I don't have to do now. Thanks to you, I'm set. His laughter died, replaced by tears. He grabbed my hands, panicked like a child caught doing something wrong. Amy, what did I do wrong? Tell me, I'll fix it. His mother appeared and pried his hands off me. She doesn't love you, Josh. Can't you see? She's a gold digger. She's not. Josh yelled at his mom, then turned to me, his eyes red and pleading. Amy, please don't leave me. He kept repeating it over and over, his eyes searching mine. When he saw I wasn't reacting, he dropped to his knees. People at the airport started staring and whispering. He crawled towards me, clutching my clothes, desperate. Amy, I'll make so much money for you someday. Please don't break up with me. I'd never seen him so broken, begging like he had nothing left. I knew if I stayed there any longer, I'd cave. I pushed him away, shoved the card back into his mother's pocket and said, I love money more than you. I walked away, the sound of Josh's heartbroken sobs echoing behind me. I'll make so much money for you. Please don't leave me. 3-inch Amy? Earth to Amy. My classmate nudged me, pulling me back to the present. Josh's girlfriend, Melanie, is toasting you. I looked up. So, her name was Melanie. She raised her glass again. So, thanks again for dumping Josh when he was poor. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be dating the CEO now. She arched an eyebrow. Oh, and I heard you took $50,000 from his mother to break up with him? Nice hustle. Spend it all yet? If you need more, I'll have Josh give you some. Consider it a beggar's handout. The room went silent, everyone staring at me in disbelief. Whispers started. Oh my God, she's such a gold digger. No wonder Josh said she's obsessed with money. She's shameless. Josh stood up, putting his arm around Melanie, glaring at me. Honey, don't waste your time toasting a gold digger. She doesn't deserve it. I wasn't angry, just tired. I carried the label of gold digger for 7 years. I'd done my time for his mother. I pulled out my phone, opened the text thread with his mother's threats, and calmly placed it in front of him.